get coffee or water. It's not gonna be a very long class unless y'all have questions.
Okay.
But hopefully we'll hit the points that you need to hear about.
Sign in.
Okay, good. So, Tara, you're gonna get these course notes for the MLS Compliance 101 and the strategic searching, how to search. And these, real easy, I pulled them right off of Stellar. So you're welcome. When you first log in, you have all this stuff that they want you to read. You can either dismiss or read it, up to you. I have set my Stellar up. You can, these little things are great. First of all, they do these so that you can share these, but Sarah also does them as well. Sarah gets a little, she pinpoints a little bit more to our area where this comes out of everywhere that Stellar is. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, see you tomorrow, man.
Good.
So what I do, and I don't know if you all know this, but when you come on here, you can organize your, can you see that? You can organize it to show anything you want. So if you look over here to the left, I have my pinned favorites. These are things that I use all the time. And these are found, if you go all the way. Show you where they're found. Because they're supposed to be right here. They were on my front page, but now they're not, they're moved. So they are right here. And you can grab them from anywhere. If I was using Transaction Desk, you just grab it, you pin it, and it moves it up here to your pinned favorites. And then they're always right here on the left side so that they're easy to get to. One of the things that I work in a lot is Cloud CMA. You do get it free with Stellar. I also work in Remind a lot. And I just wanted to go here for a quick second because I want to show Alice something really quick. We were talking about getting leads and getting free leads, not having to pay for things. And I love this. This works similar like Realist. Oops, did it allow? Okay, it works similar like Realist, but I think that it is actually so much better. Oops. Is it up there? This is Remind. Okay. So Remind allows you to create a database of leads. I work up here in this kind of area. I'm from Ormond by the Sea. I'm sorry, I'm not on my computer. I am on Sarah's, so I'm not as fast. And I may seem a little wonky. It's just because I work on a Mac and she has a PC, which I love PC, but I'm so used to Mac now. I'm like, what am I doing here? So over here is kind of like your best friend. You can put in anything you want. I work up in an area, beachside, where there's mainly absentee owners. So I can click on this, absentee, they're out of state. I can click on a cell score, medium and high. And this just goes through and kind of like Facebook when you're talking about stuff and then all of a sudden you have all these things that you've talked about is on Facebook. This is what this does. It spies on people. You can add any of this. I can add in distress. I can add whatever I want. Sorry. Let's go back. So whatever area you're in, you can take this and you see it drops everything up here. This is what I'm looking for. I can do building, I can do condos if I want. It's giving me 13 results. That's over by me. So what they're saying is the chance of sale. It's not always 100%, but it can be. We just don't have a lot of properties up there right now. But here's where you get your leads from, is what I was trying to do. They're over here. So this is saying, I don't know why they're all saying closed on me. Take out building tonight, even I wanted to. Single family. I should have picked an area where you are. Where are you? You're in Edgewater, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's do this. I love how they put Edgewater, Daytona Beach metro area. That's kind of weird. They're not even grabbing me. So I'm gonna go to South Daytona. Go back to single family, because I'm not really interested in condos. I want to hit the absentee owners again. I can get absentee out of state. I'm gonna take out the property. You could put in property values if you want to, but the more that you put in, the more results you're not going to get. So let's take these out. Let's take that out. So less is more when you're, I guess, working it. These are showing all. These are showing all sales. I must have something in here. I have this right here. Okay, now we've got 769. We're not going to go through all of these, but some of them will show up sales, some of them will not, some of them will say they're sold. But you just go in here, you can make your list, you can save your search. And then you're able to do your labels from here as well. Yes. This is one that you probably really want to play around with though too. But all these little numbers here, these are homes that are around here for sale. So you can tap on the bubbles if you want. There's not 38 of them, there's only 2 of them. No, there's 38. They're showing 38 results, but I'm only getting 2 over here. I think because there's a filter on here that I don't know how to get off. I'll be honest. Oh, these are condos. It keeps going, it keeps defaulting back to condo for some reason. All right, here they all are. There's 243 results. So you want to narrow it down. So you take these over here and you narrow them down. Are you looking to solicit to absentee owners? Are you looking to just do condos? You can just do condos, townhomes, single family, or other. Just depends on what you're looking for. But after that, you would save your search. And then when you save, it has a chance for you to write out, like I said, labels and send cards and stuff like that. So you can do it for farming.
Okay.
You can do your marketing pieces through here. Of course, these are what you're going to have to pay for. So you don't want to go in there. You just want to, you know, get your your people. And then you can go in and you can do daily tasks for yourself. You can create. These are things that I have done in here. This is to my zip code right here. So this is just going to show me what's going on in my area. Something to look for. So if you're looking to do like expired, you see all these canceled. These are ones that were on market. Some of them have closed, not just because they've sold, they just cancel them on market and they show up as closed or whatever. They show you active, so you don't want to kind of engage with them if they're active. It shows you all your stuff down here, what you've worked with all the way. So if you ever, like, you're in a pinch and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I had, instead of going, you know, to D-bar or anywhere, you can just come over here and it brings everything up that you've done. It's got your history. So it's a program for free that you can do tons of things with.
That's realist, correct?
That is Remime.
Remind.
So Remime is a little bit different than Realist. I think Remime is easier to work with than Realist. To me, I kind of get caught in Realist for some reason. I don't know why.
And this is unique to Stellar,
Stellar. So if you pay for Stellar,
right?
yes, you get this free.
Okay.
So I put most of the free stuffs here because I really don't want to pay for a lot of
Right.
stuff.
Oh, no, I would just,
So Remime is really, really good. Builders Update, if you do a lot of new construction, and I've done a lot of new construction because I sell up towards Palm Coast and things. This just gives you updates on all the builders and what they're doing. So it's also a really good program for you to search for clients. I do have Realist up here. My flood status, you can go in here and find certified flood reports and things of that nature. I do like to use that. And Cloud CMA. Cloud CMA is probably my favorite. I do all my CMAs out of here. It is a free service. And you can, I'll just pull one up here. This is, pull up the PDF. You can change these colors to make them anything that you want, or you can upload your own. And again, you're just uploading the picture. I work with a team, that's me and Kirsten. It starts off with a letter that they have already done for you. You can tweak it, whatever you want to do. And then it goes through, sorry, I'm used to working on, or at least have a mouse. It goes through and it talks about all your certifications. I did not put this, I just tweaked it, but these are pages in there. And then it talks about Keller Williams and how, you know, we're so great and we're going to sell your house. Talks about the CMA, your comparables. It's just a really nice, I think, nicely designed CMA. You can put your logo in there. See, we have our logo and put all this in there. Whatever this right here is, however you signed into your profile, whatever you set up in your profile is what's going to show right here.
Okay.
So because I do work with a team, under my name, I put my first and last under first, and then I put Kirsten's under the second. It took a little bit to play around with, but you can do that because they don't have a team setting. And just kind of finagle your information so that you can get it all on there. And then it goes through the normal analysis on everything, just like a regular CMA. You could pick and choose what you want. It goes through a marketing plan, curb appeal. These are all things they put in here, staging your home. You can put in your testimonials. Some of them come over on certain programs that you're with. People leave, like Rate My Agent or Realist or Reach 150. Some of them will automatically come over because they're connected with the cloud CMA. And then it just goes through this whole thing here. So I kind of think it's a neat feature. Something you definitely, it's not something that everyone is doing out there because everyone doesn't have Stellar. So again, if you want to find your products, they're all here. You can use whatever you want, and then you just bring them back up, pin them here if you're always going to use them. But there's tons of stuff down here. A lot of these you have to pay for, but here's the education part. You can go on the MLS University. You can, hopefully you signed up, Alice, you signed up and took all your compliance classes and all. Yeah, you have to do it. And I think you have to do that either the compliance every 2 years or every 1 year. I can't remember, but they will reach out and tell you, hey, you're due. Goes over the MLS rules and regs. It's got training videos, and this is where I pulled the paperwork from. They came all out of here. And then you can connect with them on any of those social media. And then it just goes down and gives you everything. I'm a member of here through FCAR. So whoever you probably won't have FCAR there unless you're a member. Whoever you're a member with, your main board, you'll have that down there. Another program that I use right here, Forewarn. Do y'all use this? You have Stellar? Or you
No, I don't. I have Flex. Or,
You're using D-bar?
IT bar, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting here. I was just doing other stuff, but I have to, make a phone call.
Yes, yes, so I love this. I'm guilty of not meeting clients before I show them property. So I do go over here to forewarn. There's also an app on the phone. That's where I mostly go. You can put the number, you can put it either their phone number in, or you can put their name in if it doesn't come up. Oh, I won't be able to get in here. I'm sorry, because I don't have my password right off, but it'll come up, and all it does is comes up, and it's just a little box, and it just says phone number, add phone number or name, and you just put in the phone number. It's gonna bring up whether they've had traffic tickets. It's gonna bring up domestic, anything that comes up in the courts, it's gonna bring it up. So at least you kind of know, who you're meeting and what's happening. I will say there are some people that like to prospect this way. They like to find phone numbers. If, for instance, you're going by a house and you're just like, oh, that kind of looks dilapidated. Let me look it up, and yeah, let me see if I can get their phone number. You can do that, but if you sit there and do like 25 in a day, they're gonna knock you and say, okay, you're not really using it for what you should be. But I mean,
Start going through your neighborhood.
yeah, you can do it, and I mean, I've used it for other, not just with this business, but other things that I
Sure.
do, when I'm
How
not-
much, how much does that cost?
That's free if you're a Stellar member.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you get it for free. So you get Remind, you get Cloud CMA, and you get that for free. And Builders Update, you kind of get for free too. It's just gonna, like I said, when you go in there, it's gonna show you, oh, look, New Smyrna Beach. It's gonna show you all the new.
Is that in your product? I don't find.
Yeah, so you want to go, are you in products and services?
I am.
Okay, so go all the way down. I'm not sure where I found it. It could have been under additional property search products, marketing and listing data, connect with customers. Could have been in any one of those.
I just need to find it.
Yes, so when you find it, you just click on it and you see the three little dots. You
Yeah.
hit it, and then if you like it, you pin it as your favorite. Then you don't ever have to search for it again. It's gonna show up right here, and it's gonna show up right here. For you.
I just didn't find it yet.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Yeah, it's definitely there. And there's like, you can go over here, pin favorites. They give you multiple ways to get into what you need to get into, which is nice. So we will go into Matrix. It is a little tricky at first searching. I'm just gonna tell you that if you already have an MLS number because you looked it up on Zillow and you saw the MLS number, you can quickly just put it in here. If you kind of know street name, you can use this little box here to help you a little bit. This is just telling you about what's going on, all your external links here. You can pay your fees, the training videos, everything you can find through here. You can get into Remind, you can get into RPR, all of these that were on the last page, you can get into from here. So, my matrix, just your basic stuff. It's going to show you your contacts, your safe searches, CMAs that you might have done. I don't use the My Speed Bar shortcuts yet. I've read about it, but I'm not comfortable doing it. I kind of know what I know, and then I just go to it. Quick detail is just putting in quick things. I always do the detail. In here, you can see you can search for any of these. You can go public record. But you come in here, go to detail. And this is what this looks like. So it'll always default to active, and just make sure over here, come down here, if you're searching a certain thing, like just single family only, you're going to have to pick it up because it won't automatically do that. But what's nice is it gives you pretty much a good handful of little descriptors here that you can pick from to kind of narrow your search. You can search by county, zip code, city, the subdivision. What I like in particular about this, if I look down here, you see 5,000 plus matches, we haven't started yet. If I'm looking at something with the number 12, I don't know, maybe it's 12 Main Street. You just hit 12, changes to 26. So if I don't want to put in any more, I don't have to, I can just come over here and search it, but it's going to give you everything that started with the number 12. It's just kind of an easy, I think, an easy little way to search. And sometimes you'll get nothing and you'll be like, oh my God, how could it not be in here? I know it's in here. Because this MLS works with so many realtor associations. Their numbers always have a letter before them, an O, an A, a D, an S, and that's just narrows it down to where it's coming from. Is it coming from Seminole County? Is it coming from Miami? Where is it coming from? That's all that those numbers are, the letters to your thing. And you can just, right here, you can see it tells you where. O is Orlando, P, East Polk County. So if you're ever looking and you see it anywhere, you'd have to memorize all those. But if you saw P 1, 2, 3, you'd be like, oh, that's Polk County. I don't even work there. I'm not even gonna look at it. You know, it's out of my area. But pricing, this is already defaulted to the thousands. So if you're looking for 300,000, you're just putting in 300,000. You're not putting anything else. And already it's come up with 143 matches. So if somebody's just like, you know, I want to spend 300,000, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is or where it is, because you get a lot of investors that are like that. They don't really care. They just want, you know, a decent price house. So you can like hit it like that, come over here. You can put in your bedrooms if you want to really narrow it down. So if you want to, just 2, you're just going to put in the number 2. You're not going to put in anything else. If you want 2+, because you really don't know how many you want, you're going to use your little, and this is in here. I'm sorry, in your fourth note, it'll go over all the search tips. These are called, like, some of them they called wild cards. It'll go over that too. You could do 2+, 2-. I don't know why you would want to do a 2-, but I mean, you could maybe because it's a 1-bedroom and let's just say maybe a den or something like that. They put in, because we agents put this all in. So sometimes if you get really specific on a search, you're going to miss out on a lot of things, because agents we don't follow the same template. We put different stuff in. So really less is more. If you're trying to look for something that was sold, it'll automatically go back only 180 days. So you just hit your calendar to go back to pull up your solds. The only thing, they have a lot already. You can see they've got garages in your acreage, and you can go through all of your water views and things. There's a place down here because sometimes they don't have, I think like on this one is pets. So you can go to additional fields, and I don't know why this is not showing on mine because I already put this in. But if you wanted to add fields, they are over here. So if you wanted to add, I don't know, maybe if they had, canal, if you wanted something that was on a canal with brackish water, you can add that. You can get as specific as you need to. You can also change the days on market. You can change to really whatever you want to on here. Days to close, because it doesn't always show up everything. One of them is pets. Pets don't automatically show up. So you just go down here and you can put pet restrictions. Hopefully this is going to work for me, because like I said, no, I'm not used to PC. I'll just go with those 2. So you put those 2 over there. And so now I've just added them. So if you go back, they show up down here. Okay. And you can remove them if you want. I usually have to end up putting a lot of extra things down here, because especially when it comes to condos, there's not many things up here. Does anyone have any questions? You can map search. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Where you can draw, this is similar to Daytona or to Realist. You can go in here and draw these freehand. You can draw whatever, however you want to draw here, just click on it. You wanted to just do a radius because someone says, well, I want to be around here. So you can put in a shape right here, and too many, obviously too many to list. But it'll bring it all up. And again, you can export them into, so for farming, you can do your farming this way too. Then you just export them. How many show up in your little radius here of where you want to be. What else can I tell you about? Tara, you have any questions over there?
Not really. The only thing I had was regarding the forewarn, was that under your association?
Yeah, so this comes out of Stellar itself. So you can pay for forewarn, you can get it yourself.
Mhm.
Not sure how much it costs to have that. But it's something I would definitely look into. We should all have some kind of a security system, really.
Okay. Yeah. I think
But,
West Village
yeah.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, I think if you're a member of, what board are you with, Tara?
West Volusia,
West Volusia, so you automatically have Stellar then,
yes.
through West Volusia.
I have a choice. I mean, I had a choice to go either Stellar or Daytona Beach, but I did Stellar.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that. The only thing, and I was talking to Alice about it, which I don't know, I don't think that Stellar shares information with Daytona.
Oh, no,
So
they don't.
there's always MLS Advantage. You can
Yeah.
always look up an MLS Advantage and get information that way. And what I do is, if I don't have, Stellar's has a pretty good reach going north and south. So there's pretty good reach, and then over to the west coast. But if it's something like New Smyrna Beach, I don't have New Smyrna Beach as a board anymore. And sometimes things are only on Zillow and in New Smyrna Beach board. So I have to go to MLS and, or Zillow, get their name, and then just call them and say, hey, I don't have this. Can you send me the instructions? However, if they have it on showing time through New Smyrna, you can just log into showing time, see if it's there, and then make your showings through there. That works as well. So some of these I really haven't even, I'll be honest, I haven't gone into myself and looked at them myself. Is there anything y'all want to know about Cloud CMA? Click on my MLS account, it brings you to everything, your membership, all your invoices are here, you can make payments, you can sign up for classes. You can see what classes you have taken, and you can report a clear cooperation violation. So that's if you're scrolling around and you see somebody has violated something on the MLS, you can go in there. Your profile, just jump over there, because we fill this out, you go through, I'll hit that because I'm just in the middle of doing those, just finish those. So I can change those, you can add all this, you can add what specialties. You don't have to, I mean, they're just asking you what products that, you use with your subscription. I think they just want to keep count, because that allows them to see what's working and what's not, what agents actually are going to, what other MLSs you belong to. And then I think there's a way. No, that's not going to. A lot of this is already put in here. This will tell you, yes, like when you took your class, how long it's good for. So this means that by July of 2024, I have to take the compliance class again, and you guys will all have to do that too. They'll send you an email. So you know, these are the 3 classes that you have to take, and obviously y'all have taken them, otherwise you wouldn't be able to have access to any of this. Any questions, comments, concerns? This MLS Touch, I have not used, but they say it's really good, and there's an app on your phone that you can use. This is good for, you can share this with people, you can brand it and share it to your clients. So I do use the KW app, but you can also use this. Whenever I send out an email to a new client, I always include my KW link so that they can search on there. But you can do this with the MLS Touch, and they can, again, search anywhere all over Florida with it. And it's all branded to you. And this allows you to see what they're looking at. But down here, it's real easy steps to co-brand it with your colors and anything that you want. I really think that Stellar is just such a great product, and it's so easy to use. Here's where I found the class courses today in here. But you can go into any of these. If you wanted to send out, you work in Flagler. This is a PDF that you can download if you want to share it with people. Gives you all your statistics, what was sold, blah, 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 blah. You can go in anywhere. Sorry, this thing is like. Any of these are all the counties. So these are all the, obviously, the counties and the boards that are all in here. This is basically everywhere. One of the things I wanted to find, because I like to put it in my presentation, is they do this, they give a key, so it lets you see, it's the map of Florida, but it's all blued in of what counties they do use, and it's really good to put into your presentation because it says, look, I can reach all of this in my one MLS. This just talks through everything, but it's really, this is something that you really need to jump on, and you just have to start going in. Here's data sharing. I just saw that. You really have to start going in and just seeing what they have for you. So this is going to tell us who we have recipients. Here we go. Oh. So January 11th. That's not bad. Darn, I was hoping they were gonna have the little diagram in here, but they don't. Here, if you get stuck, like Alice, you were talking about the rules and regs and all that, and getting stuck. You can always come over and look through, the rules are everywhere, you can always come over and look everywhere. In that form that I gave you for the compliance, or just look for rules and regs. Okay.
Where you're at, yeah.
Okay, so add, edit, I'm just gonna go in here real quick. It's where you're gonna go when you're putting in your listing. So you can do incomplete listings in here if you want to. All you're gonna do is you're gonna add it in new. When you put everything in that you want to put in, it will allow you the opportunity down here to save as incomplete. So you don't have to get worried about that.
No, I've seen that, I've done that.
Okay, so anytime that you want to change anything, you can come into here, you can change it to pending and do all of this. If you're gonna do an open house, you can click here. And it just tells you when. We just had an open house on 12/10, so that's it. You always have to hit submit or cancel, which either one that you want. Doesn't really matter, but it's gonna ask you if you're okay. The weird thing is after you put in all of your add edit fields, it's gonna just tell you, this is what this is gonna do, this is what validating is, cancel, it's gonna tell you everything. So the next thing you're gonna go to is listing, and you're just gonna follow these fields all the way down. It's never going to let you put anything on the MLS if there is an error. It's going to snag you.
Okay, good.
And it does it to me all the time. No matter how many times I proofread, there is always something that is not built in for whatever reason. I don't know why. But this is basically what it looks like. All of the highlighted is what they want you to fill in.
Okay,
If you don't know, you're curious, you just hit the little question mark and it's going to explain everything to you. Okay. When you're done, you're just gonna come over and you're gonna start here and you're gonna start just going down and just hitting. You can hit more features if you want to really load it up, but it's always a garage that I miss. It's always this attached garage, yes or no? That's one that I always miss. And you're gonna keep going through, you're gonna go through rooms. Here is another thing, and if you haven't not input a listing yet, I'm gonna tell you this to save you some frustration. The room type, this may default to bedroom 1. If you don't change it to master bedroom and you think you're just doing bedroom 1, 2, 3, yay, and you hit submit, it is forever going to tell you there was something wrong. And it took me a long time to figure out that you have to put master bedroom. It cannot be just bedroom 1. So just know that.
okay,
And
that's,
you can put as many of these in here as you want. All you have to do is come down. It already has us here, hit more.
add more.
You can add these if you want to, but they do want the dimensions. The room levels. Basic. I always just put first, I don't know why, but make sure you do put master bedroom because that'll just flag you forever. It goes through all of your water and then it wants to know about green, anything green, your solar, your all that kind of good stuff. It is going to ask you for the owner and they do want to have the owner's name. So I usually just take it off the property record and put it in there. I hate that they put the owner in there. I don't know why. I know it helps us, but I just don't like it. I guess it's just a pet peeve. I don't know. Most of your ownership is going to be fee simple. I think, to me, the more information that you can put in, like the title company you're working with, the HOA, all their information, all that kind of stuff is good stuff, because then people don't have to chase you down for it, and it's so much easier. Think about you on the other end when you're, going to write a contract. Wow, isn't it nice to have all this stuff in here, especially at 9 o'clock at night when your client's like, yeah, I want to write the offer. It's just good. The more you can put in, the better. My partner, my partner is not a member of Stellar, but I am. So what I do is it'll allow me to put me in here, but it won't allow me to put her in there unless she's a member. So I usually come down into the remarks somewhere and just say here, Kirsten Finley, co-list agent, here's the number that you can call. But it wants you to go through your public remarks, your video tours. Here's a thing that I don't know. This can be good and bad. Pay attention to this right here. Yes, you want it displayed on the internet. Yes, you want third party, because our third parties are Zillow, Realtor, Homes, all those things. Kind of tells you over here where it's going to. It does not have Zillow here, but all of these right here, Homes, HomeSnap, International, and Realtor, these are all associated with Stellar. That's why those come up. It does go to Zillow as well. Here's where you want to, right here and right here. When you go to Zillow, if you have a home that you're listing and our market knows it's $500,000. Zillow may not know that, and Zillow gives their Zestimate. It can work to our favor and it cannot. If Zillow only gives a Zestimate of say $300,000 and you're listing it for 5 something, what do you think those buyers on Zillow, the minute they hit it, they're like, oh my God, they're $200,000 overpriced. We can't even look at that.
Just forget.
Okay, if you click no, Zillow or any other site can't give their Zestimate.
Oh, okay.
So it works in your favor. Or against you. So if you're listing a property that it's right up there, Zestimate is right on with what your purchase price is, then hit yes and let them give the estimate. But if it's not, then don't do it, because it just people's perception when it comes to Zillow, they just don't know. They don't know any better. And they don't have the information that we have. So
They don't know what they don't know.
exactly. So if I go, and hopefully this is gonna work out for me. If I go to Zillow.com and I just want to pull that listing up, it should not have. It should not have his estimate. And it doesn't, it just says active. And that's because I put no there.
Oh,
So if you don't mark it no, right here, it'll have the Zestimate like it always does on all the property. I
okay. Why
didn't
would
know,
you ever want that?
why would you want his estimate?
I just think it'd be easier
You
to say
know,
no.
But Zillow just took off and people just wholeheartedly believe what they say. So if they see, oh, this has a Zestimate of 700,000 and
And then
they're
you might-
selling it for 529. So you
So pay
see,
attention.
yeah, so
Gotcha,
it, you know, it can work both ways.
gotcha.
So I didn't really know, we don't sell out in this area. I really didn't know, so I just put.
So how would you know if Zillow is closed?
So I could have gone on before I listed it, before I added it into the MLS and looked at it and see what, you know, Zillow had,
Even though it's not for sale.
even though it wasn't for sale at the time. I wonder if they'll do it with this one. No, see, they didn't put estimate in there.
That's
either.
fine, I understand.
Yeah, so, that's why I could have looked it up and saw if it did or if it didn't, but that's just something to keep in mind. Look it up first. If it's doing you a favor, then yes, allow it. If it's not, then just don't. Because it goes out to so many people and you just don't want to miss the opportunity with buyers. Display comments, no. I don't, you know, if somebody went and saw the place and they were like, oh, this really is a piece of crap. I can't believe they're selling it for this much money. People are like that though. That would display, and of course you don't want that to display, so you would just put a no there. And let me see what else. Vacant, they don't, you know, I could have put owner in here. I'm not really a fan. This doesn't give you part-time occupancy, which I wish it did, because I always put part-time. I don't want people to know, like even agents, I just want them to know that perhaps there's somebody in there. Because there are agents that are notorious, even though it says reach out to the listing agent, they just don't. And if they read that, oh, there's a lockbox on there, well, they just like go. And it's just for security reasons for the property. I would always just, if you can, I probably might just change that right now while I'm here. And submit it up. But you can go back and change as many times as you want to. And once you have put everything in, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't get a chance to put my photos in. Doesn't come up until you have put all that in. It's the weirdest thing, I don't know why, but it just doesn't. And then you can come in and add your photos. And you can move them around in any, why is it doing that to me? I don't understand what's happening here, why it's doing that, but something on Sarah's computer. So you can, I like to, when I'm inputting, I put the home here. I put this one in because I wanted to see the detached garage that was here. You couldn't really see it so well in here. But I like to put my photos in order of how I'm entering the house or how someone's gonna enter the house. It's just, and we try not to put too many photos in, because you still wanna leave it like, oh. I really gotta get out and see this. So then you just have to certify the photos are yours and you certify them. And then there is a spot too, to put in your virtual tours. And I was talking, I don't know why it's talking. Oh, maybe because I'm talking and it thinks I'm Sarah. I don't know. Okay. And then you can put your attachments here. And I'm a big fan of always putting in attachments too. I don't want to chase down people for their information as well. So you can just upload whatever you want to here. So it's kind of the same as I'm sure New Smyrna. Everything, but they have links here. You can go. Again, if you forgot how to get into any of this, you can go and get into everything. This is great. They've got loan lookups. You've got rate plug here. You've got all kinds of good stuff that they give you. I've never messed with this property panorama. HomeSnap I did for a little while. You have to pay for it, and they have specials sometimes like $99 for the year. And what this does is it gives, they create your brochures for you, they create your social media posts for you, they create all kinds of things for you that you can push out to social media. And then it's also a real site that people do look up. It's one of those sites like homes.com, porch.com, all that. Just a different way that people look for realtors and for homes. So that's a really good, if you want to spend your money on things. One thing I wanted to show you on the Cloud CMA, and I don't know if I can get to it from here. I just paid, we paid $199 for the year for this thing called Home Beat.
Home Beat.
Yes, Home Beat. It's connected to the Cloud CMA. So I used myself because I just wanted to set it up to see what it does. This is what your customer sees. You can text your customers and it's just going to give them, it'll say, here's your property. And then it's going to go in and say, here's what's going on in your neighborhood. This closed at this is active. And it just, it's for those people that are not sure if they want to sell or not. They're kind of on the fence, but it lets them be a nosy neighbor from afar. And then it's something that you can always give to them. Monthly, weekly, however you want to do it. They can click on it to find a map. They can click on stats. It has your photo and your information here. It's just to be on top of them. And then
Just something to provide the name.
yeah, it was $199 for the year. And we thought, well, that was pretty good.
And how many people can you see?
It's not bad. You can send it to everybody in your sphere. However,
And you just put in their address.
yeah, you just put in their address and you just send it to them. So we had gotten it and we put in our, our own just to see, so we could check it out. I thought it was pretty cool. You can do it this way too. Find all your stats here, tells you the average day on market, then they can click here to get an expert home valuation from us if they want to. They can look at what just closed, they can look at just active on its, its own. So it's pretty good information. We'll try it and see. It's something that, we haven't really worked with yet, but I did the trial run and I thought, well, that's pretty good. But you can do, if you don't just want to do CMAs, you can do a buyer tour. If a buyer's interested in a property and you really want to look like, wow, I know all about this property, you can just do a buyer tour and you can just create it. Has a video here on how to do it. And again, you can hit create. You put the name, you do this, they fetch the listings for you, or you can go into say New Smyrna Beach, put your own listings in there, because all these automated things, they're not always gonna grab all the listings out there. So a lot of times I'll pull something from D-Bar that I think is better than what Stellar has given me, because it, kind of narrows it down. You can just do property tours, if you have a listing and you want to do a report, you can make flyers off of here. If you want to, there's lots of things to do on the Cloud CMA, but it's so different than any other thing out there. And these are additional things that you can have with the Cloud CMA, but for free. I mean, you can do an RPR, but I think everybody uses RPR. That's so the reports all come out looking the same, whereas Cloud CMA kind of narrows it down to, let's say, Keller Williams, and it just talks about that instead of being generic like RPR. Any questions?
Not for me.
Anything that you want to know, Tara? Is there anything that you want to know that you didn't know?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay, and just another thing, this does come, there's a Spanish version, so if you have your Spanish speaking, that is good for them too. So I like Matrix. I think it's a great product. For me personally, I'm sad that D-Bar didn't go with it, because once you have Stellar, you don't have to join another board that already has it. Obviously, I work at a Flagler and I work at a D-Bar. That's just where I am. And for Alice, she's in Edgewater area. I think for her, it's good to be New Smyrna Beach and then the Stellar. So if you don't have any questions, and that's all that I have for y'all.
Thanks a lot.
If you ever have any questions on anything, just reach out to me. Tara, I see you on Facebook a lot, so I know you have a lot going on yourself with things, but if y'all have any questions, not just on Stellar, on anything, I'm here. I keep looking at this thing like this is Tara over here. If you have any questions on anything, just I'm here as a resource to you.
Thank you.
If you get stuck, you're in Cloud CMA and you're like, oh, just give me a text. I'm pretty prompt on texting unless I'm busy. I'm one of those that just kind of answers right away.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, at one time I was a member of 6 boards. And so it gets very, very costly. So I'm thankful for Stellar. It's definitely helped. And you can sell on the other side of the coast. You can go down south. You can go up to Orlando.
Yeah.
Kirsten and I have done that, have shown property up there with Stellar, because you have all your information right there.
They said they were really good at just, if I remember correctly, they said they didn't cover the beach in the area, oceanfront.
Yeah. I'll have to check in on that and see.
See if that's actually.
Yeah, because I do have to. Yeah, I do have to go to D-Bar for a lot, but I have found out with Stellar that when you are doing your searching, that less is definitely more. So the less information you put in, you're gonna get more information out, and you just kind of have to weed through it yourself. Like I said, because realtors don't always, if you're just searching for 2-bedroom, you might have a 2.5, like a 2-bedroom and a den. And if that realtor didn't put that in there, you're going to miss out. So you just have to be careful with your searching and what you're doing. And then there's always this little guy over here that you can hit if you have any issues with accessibility or anything like that. But that's it. I want to thank you both for showing up to class today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Happy holidays if I don't see you, Tara.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening. I'm gonna stop sharing now. So I just
Okay.
want to, before I cut you out.
All right, thanks.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, I think you